Hello, hello, and hello some more. This is JDog X211 coming at you with another Horizon Zero Dawn challenge playthrough. So, second to last quest. If it was just with the regular game progression, we'd be almost finished. We'd be heading up this mountain to learn the secrets of Zero, to learn the true secret of Zero, the true final secrets of Zero Dawn. I mean, geez, look at that. I actually just realized. Let's see if that... Huh. Well, you know. I wonder if that was there in the beginning. That must have been a particularly weak spot in the ceiling, and that's what got blown all the way over here. Actually, hold on. So there's nothing up there. All right. Anyway, back to the main quest. So the mountain that fell. Ayla's journey to the ruins of Gaia Prime to reach the Master Overdrive, her only hope of defeating Hades. Once we get that, we confront the Eclipse, Helus, and Hades, and save the world. Yay! But we all know that's not it. Because we still have all of this to go. Once we're done here, that's where we'll head. Because we still got plenty of stuff. We have nothing from up there. Well, no, we don't have nothing. We just haven't really gotten there yet. That 24% comes from the blue gleam that I do have in my possession. And of course, my rare and special armors. Which you can tell from the glowing background of these icons. And of course, the special mods that come with them. Oh, no, I didn't want to click that. Actually, one thing I wanted to make sure I mentioned about these. Let me see. I just took that real quick. Now check this out. Wait, you can drop it? Huh. I didn't think you could drop those.
The longer we stay here, the more it'll feel.
Quick experiment. Yeah, see, you can't sell them, but you can drop them? How strange. Anyway, these ones here that have the, I guess crosshairs? These are special ones that you get from completing either difficult missions or exploring certain extremely hard to find areas. Needless to say, when the Frozen Wilds first came out, I realized, after I played it through a second time, I realized I could have more of them. And of course, I needed a full set. But of course, the stats these give are so high, once you get to a certain point, they really don't do anything. So instead, I usually end up keeping 3 of them on a specific item. You know, tested weapon coil, damage tear, fire, of course, was meant for your short range, for your mid-range bow. But as you can see, you can't max anything else out. So instead, I put my best handling on that. Well, best handling, damage, and fire. But anyway, now, time to get on point. The mountain that fell. We'll be heading up this way. Once I get myself a ride up to this fire spot. Then we have to fight our way past a few machines up to here. And this would be the remains of Gaia Prime. And of course, this vantage point, the last collectible that I have to collect in this series. So then, is it still here? Ugh. It was just the roar of the fire pit igniting. I thought I heard the trampler huff. Or my strider. Oh well. Perfect spot for it actually. Now. Ah, no behemoth. Hold on. Nah, that'll take forever. If it's even heading this way. Message. It's quite a view. There's also one thing I should mention. Down here... Right there. Let me see. You almost always find a band of bandits. I think they put a patch in here sometime earlier this year or last year, or January or so. And for some reason, they stopped. Whenever I came by here, there was almost always a batch of bandits fighting against a Ravager. Needless to say, I'd kill the Ravager, and then I'd set the Ravager on fire, and then I'd be busy sniping them. But for some reason, they don't do that anymore. They probably thought it was like too easy a way to gain experience. Or with headshot kills or something. I don't know. Anyway. Up the mountain, over the wood, through the woods, to Gaia Prime, here we come. Hear that squawking, I thought for sure that we've already been gone. Alright. Huh. I think that's just enough to make... It's not even enough to make a batch of fire arrows. Alright. Silence must use this as a rest stop before he climbed the mountain. Fireplace, little bed. Oh, before I forget, I actually had another idea earlier. I was thinking about maybe doing another challenge, but this time only using things like short-range weapons. You know, my sling, my elemental sling. Maybe the rope caster. My bombs, my sling. My tripcaster, and my rattler. Would it be too much to use the strike? Would it be too much to use the hunter bow? I mean, it's the average weapon that we're supposed to use, but I can't help but think that maybe that'd be a little too easy. Or make it a little too easy if I had that, this, and the rope caster. Or maybe my rattler, the bow, rattler, bow, and my slings. This for close range, this to deal elementals, this for heavy damage, and this would be my long range weapon. Actually, no. Let me try this again. For some reason, I was trying to press triangle. After I got better with my bows, I stopped really using the sling. And of course, the biggest thing about this is that these are good for, you know, for large numbers of small enemies, but they're not good for big targets because you need them. You need them to stop and stay right there. Kind of hard to say. But this is a question for another point in time. After all. We have to finish this challenge first. And up we go. I know you got handholds there,
The way
but
to the mountain will be hard. Ferocious machines prowl every step of the climb.
More corrupted?
Not corrupted, but they will not tolerate humans.
So what else is new?
alright, this one's honestly a little tricky. Let's see, I'm trying to remember where that handhold is. You gotta nail this one very specially. If you jump too soon, before it's locked on, you will die.
Stalkers in the open. Watchers on the other side.
Let me see. Ah. Time to get a little sneaky. You know what? Shoot, that was too easy. What the? I was just tired of playing around, but... Alright, now where's that last one? I gotta say, I wasn't expecting to down that stalker with one shot. Now... Ah, one thing I do need is another stalker heart. Let me see. Ah, there it is. Corruption coil, gonna sell that. That one went off without any word, without any warning. Now then. Man, you look at all this rubble. Whole thing went boom. Now, of course, you could have just snuck all the way up here on your own. Gone the long way around the watchers and all that. But what fun would that be now? Or, of course, you could have gone up this way too. If you managed to get past the stalkers. Now.
Do they think they're guarding Gaia?
I doubt they think at all. More like an instinct, gathering them to her grave.
Huh. I'm trying to remember if there's another one of these guys. Up, yes there is. If this had a bit more accuracy, I'd use that. but come on. Now that that's been dealt with. You shut up. Now. Why can't I pick this up? Hurry up and die. Alright. Ooh, glyph card. Alright, now... Not sure why they put this here, but there's also a fireplace over here, I think.
Saving these for the trail.
Little berry picking. Well, I'm on my way there. And before I forget, I also want to say that there's probably...
And one of these.
Ah, I didn't need that. I also want to say that there's probably a few scannables and a few informative things around here, but obviously we're not here for those. So, let us continue upwards and onwards. Ah, I keep on grabbing useless things. Ah, this I do need.
Snow haze. White as bone. That thought got dark.
What's got her attention? Oh, that. Makes sense about this hall to have a school, right? The second hardest machine in this game to find.
Guessing that I'm almost there.
Correct.
Sheesh. Ha! Suck it, Tweety.
That better have been the biggest guard you've got, guys.
Well, I can't imagine a Thunderjaw being all the way up here. Ooh, Stormbird Heart. Now, over here. And I'm not sure. And I'm honestly not sure if... How in the world did I get... I climbed the mountain here. I think that thing mildly teleported me. Up there. The very last collectible. I'll be the first to admit I'm a bit of a pack rat in a hoarder, so when I find out there's something new to get... Oh, I lost all right. Bam. And plenty of resource boxes. Sheesh, not much in them though. So then, what do we have?
A pocket shitstorm tour, day 10. So here's where I learned how the world would end.
Really?
Second apocalypse in a year. Looks like there's a lot of construction going on now. Why would that be?
Huh. Ah, the sun just came up. Let's see. When Pharaoh's Automated Solutions sent me out here. That's just because the meeting was going to be held in real space. They wanted to make sure that nobody could intercept it over. They were doing this face to face because they didn't want to make sure that nobody might intercept it over communications. Because if they really were basically like doing actual war for corporate takeovers, espionage would have been more cutthroat than ever. Exactly professional death sentence I was expecting. The career equivalent of getting sent into a red zone without an environmental suit. Everyone knew Vantage was one of those doomed projects FAS kept around solely for the purpose of amassing dead-enders. Especially head cases like me. A ship of fools sunk with a single torpedo. Ain't wrongful dismissal if it's downsizing. I had nothing better to do, so I spent my time studying the tech. Chip design wasn't my forte. Stored data was guaranteed to last 50,000 years. Okay, I want to say the old world fell at least 1,000 years ago. Karja history goes back to the 13th sun, goes back 13 kings. Saying that without proper medical equipment like what we have, medicine like what we have now. I mean, these people are still, gathering herbs and grinding them into powder and drinking them, but that way. Drinking them and mixing them with water. Okay, so. If that's the case, then 1,000 odd years, 1,100 maybe, just to be safe. And then we take the Karjas into account if their accuracy is good. The 13th Sun King led them away from the original mountain, so, like I said, we'll call that another 100 years, so 1,200. And then 50 years per, and then what, maybe 50 years per king? They come to the throne somewhere between, what, 12 and 18. Sometimes, 10 to 20, 15 to 20, we'll say. 15 to 20, so 60 years. We'll call it 60 years. That means 600, 700, 720 for Avad. But Avad's young and he's still alive, so we'll call it 7. That means, 15, at least 1,500 years. So yeah, these things should have plenty of time. If Gaia hadn't blown herself up. I guess if I was developing spikes, portable drill, just to sink the chips, then stalled when Grass Hackle came on the market and stole Eternity's Thunder. Vantage 3 weeks. Security put me in a small conference room and told me to wait. Downright claustrophobic. 90s cop bids. Got my attention was a noise coming through the walls. Non-stop bang clatter, construction bots building something deep in the mountain. Something big. Doofs wearing fast. Brad, a military division replicationers engineer. A woman wearing a hijab. Ibaji? Yo! If I just read another sentence, I would have guessed, but yes, it was Samina Abaji. Odyssey? She worked on Odyssey? Architect of the entire Homer project. Homer, of course. Greek Homer, not Simpson Homer. Now, grew up following the Odyssey project like I did. So wait, this guy? That's why he calls it the Apocalypse shitstorm. He knew about the feasibility of various upgrade paths. Lasted maybe 10 minutes from my time and left. Everyone else filed it out. Of course, they were her security detail because at that point, she would have been one of the most valuable assets on the face of the earth. Came in a few minutes later and escorted me to my vert. Holy, I kept trying to figure out what had just happened. What was the major body at a classified Pharaoh R&D site? Eternity Tech. It didn't add up. A couple of days and some geo work, but I got a fix on Brad. He was going to drinking to the point of blacking out. I shadowed him until I managed to proxy his focus and dupe his... Oh... He basically cloned his phone. So that means he got everything... Okay, so hold on. Brad. Oh, he was the guy who worked on the same tech that they use in the cauldrons. Hold on.
You previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
That's why he was drinking till he was
On the
blacked out.
chariot line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since Since,
Would you like to take a moment?
no, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense. He got the biggest, guiltiest jackpot he could possibly ask for. Frankly, if he found this out, he is lucky somebody didn't blow his head off. Then I accessed his Dreambox account and found the journal he'd been keeping the past few weeks. It was all there. How the world would end. My first thought, well, at least my ma didn't live to see this. My second thought was nothing mattered anymore, which made it pretty obvious that I should kill myself. Did he? I guess that's the real question. Alright, now. Really? How the fudge am I supposed to get... Oh, you know what? Oh, I also made sure to go and get this, in case anybody was curious. The armor that I got from Silence, if I ever wanted to go back to Sunfall, this is the armor that I have to wear. Because of course it hides my face. Honestly, I quite like it. If I can get this, you know, in blue, in Nora blue with some nice shiny actual silver instead of this tinted gray look, I think I'd really like that. But as you can see, it's got 4 slots so it's very customizable, which of course means that it's just like the Trader app, just like the Carja Trader. But unlike that, this also blocks blinding and and sonic effects. So the that disorientating scream and the sonic boom that comes when you kill a long leg or explode its throat pouch, that doesn't affect me. And because I have some face covering, it also doesn't. I'm also not affected by the flash. Sorry. I'm also not affected by the flash of a red-eyed watcher. Now, this is how I'm getting down. Really? That should have hurt. If I was an ordinary person, that might have killed me. Well, I'm not gonna have to worry about any fighting for the time being, so I might as well be cozy. I honestly always like this one. It gives me, you know, that mystic vibe, but also looks comfy. And of course, survival's oriented. Which, let's face it, in this world, you gotta be. Now then. Actually, no, I'm clearly not warm enough in this. Can you imagine wearing this up top of a mountain? Bad idea. Excuse me? Yes.
Guy's sacrifice. It did this. Cracked the inside of the mountain like it was an egg.
Boom.
Yes, yes. Quickly now. I've prepared the way ahead for you.
So you've been in here before?
To a point. You'll see.
Huh. Hard to believe he
You
went and
made a
built all
climbing
this.
path for me, but left an army of machines for me to deal with?
Since when were machines any obstacle for you? If you could fly, I wouldn't have bothered with a climbing path either.
Huh.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
You mean don't do this? I really gotta wonder, if I jumped, when would I hit the bottom? Later. Alright. Well, at least getting down will be a lot easier than getting up. After all, I can flash travel once I get out of this place. Alright, now... In we go.
This is exactly the kind of place I expected to find you in, Silence.
Thank you. It's one of many workshops I've constructed over the years.
Wonder what...
There'll be enough time later for you to ransack this place.
I'm just wondering, is that a Ravager's gun, but, you know, pulled apart?
For years, I tried to get through this hatch. I drilled, I burned, I blasted. But we both know that you won't have any trouble getting through.
You make it sound like I should apologize.
Not at all. It never occurred to me that the way through would not be with force, but with a key. A key in human form. The failure of imagination was mine, not yours.
I thought you might actually be here this time. Actually, here.
Why? My presence is unnecessary. You don't need my help to pass through this door. You were the one born to do this, not me.
Yeah, but... No offense, but I would think you'd want to be at least the second to get in here.
Looks like you've spent a lot of time here.
19 years ago, a great explosion destroyed this mountain. Gaia's death, your birth. The echo could be heard as far as the claim. Ash darkened the skies. How they fretted in Meridian as they tried to read this omen. The crater burned for weeks, but when it cooled, I was the first to behold what lay within. Over time, the machines closed ranks to protect it. Useful. Soon, no one dared to come here. Except me.
In her message, Gaia said we could restore her, but... after seeing the damage, how could that be?
She said any effort to repair her must come after Hades is destroyed. I concur. Rebuilding the terraforming system now might allow Hades to use it as a weapon.
You remember that The way I understand it is, Hades was designed to take control of the terraforming system away from Gaia and then essentially snuff life out, literally like a candle. Remove, like, all the oxygen from the atmosphere, flood it with CO2, something like that. The point would be that everything, animal, plant, even microbes, all of it, gone. So if you did manage to rebuild Gaia to the point where that could happen, and you had a bunch of rogue, powerful AIs able to hijack her again, the question wouldn't be if Gaia would be corrupted and taken over. The question is what would be doing it? Hephaestus, what made the machine, what made the Thunderjaws and the Stormbirds? Hades, of course, who just wants to end everything. Pick your poison. Doesn't matter. They're all lethal. It's just a question of how you die, not if.
As of Gaia's sacrifice, it has been forced to search for means that are less convenient.
But do you think it's even possible?
You know what the cauldrons are capable of. How they fabricate any technology necessary to create a machine. And by the same principle, it should be possible to replicate every technology necessary to repair Gaia. But that would take years. And we're counting the time we have left by the hour.
It's time for...
Yes. When you find everything depends on...
Yeah.
Genetic identity
No
confirmed.
pressure.
Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed.
Alright. And I think we'll call it there for right now. I'm of course gonna pick this right up as soon as I save this file. But TTFN and Tata for now. This is JX211 signing off.